4, Zoe Hodges. Batting 5th, playing pitcher, number 25, Bree Harper. Batting 6th, playing second base, number 6, Katie Johnson. Batting 7th, number 24, Gracie Hand. Batting 8th, playing catcher, number 10, Hope Hobbs. Batting 9th, playing left field, number 5, Riley Andrews. Playing flex, number 11, Sadie Adams. Subs for tonight, number 9, Bennett Manning. Number 21, Doodle Johnson. Number 16, Annabeth Waters. And number 27, Santana Green.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I want to welcome you to the NFHS Network, powered by Play on Sports, brought to you by BCTV Red Raider Broadcasting. My name is Brent Johnson. I'm instructor of engineering and technology at Bacon County High School, advisor to the Technology Student Association, as well as the Student Broadcasting Program, which is what we run through the NFHS Network. Along with me is Johnny Kabigting. He's a senior at Bacon County High School. And Tate Taylor, a junior, is up here with us, kind of helping out with softball things as well as our production. So I want to give him some credit there as well. I want to first of all start off introducing you. Well, we got Lady Raider softball here at Lady Raider Field as we host a big game, region matchup, the Vidalia Lady Indians coming from Vidalia, Georgia. This game will likely, now the season isn't quite over, but will likely determine the region champion for the season, and which will allow the team to host the regional playoff, and that's a big deal for either team. Vidalia defeated us at their home place pretty soundly a few weeks ago. If I understand it right, we've got to beat them by at least 7 runs to earn the tiebreaker. Well, there would be a tie, and we'd have to have some other things happen. So we definitely need a victory today, either way. But I think there's a 7-run deal that'll help us out in the process. We're going to get things started here. Let's see if we do have an Indian lineup. And this is Beatty, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, to the plate. I want to thank our title sponsor for the softball season. That's Mr. David Hand, State Farm Insurance, for being his second season, being our title sponsor for the softball year. And then as well as our 2019-20 athletic school year sponsors. That's Coley Electric and Plumbing Supply, Family Vision Care, Burt CPA, Andy Cawthon Auto Sales, and the Wheeler Agency. And we'll hear more about those as the time goes on. Hopefully we'll get this game in without any delays. Yesterday had a late evening shower. Was able to get the game in. It started a little bit later than normal, the game against Jeff Davis, where the Raiders won 9-8 in 8 innings. Very exciting game. I was unable to be here, but I had the game produced by Johnny. Pretty good crowd right now from Bacon County at least. We got a lot of tailgaters, as you can see, in the outfield, waiting for a home run. I believe the Raiders hit 4 last night, 3 home runs. Very exciting ending last night. If you weren't able to watch, you can go back and watch. Lady Raiders were down in the bottom of the 7th. Last at bat, hit back-to-back home runs to tie the thing up. Even the third would have been a home run, but it was robbed. Would have been a game winner. Great defensive play by a former Red Raider playing for the Lady Jackets. This ball is hit sharply down the left field line. I want to recognize Coach Gay and his staff as they have put together a solid season thus far. 13-3 on the year, ranked 5th by Max Preps. This ball is lifted into center field. Should be a can of corn for Zoe. She catches, gets the ball in quickly. As we go around the horn, didn't get all of the lineup for the Lady Raiders. Catching is Hope Hobbs. Pitching today, or on the mound, is it's been a late change there. Well, I take that back. They're both listed as P, but Bree Harper is on the mound for the Lady Raiders. Strozier at third, Aniston Johnson, AJ at shortstop, Katie Johnson at second, and Clements at first. Left field is Riley Andrews. Center field is Hodges. And in right field, starting this afternoon, is Sadie Anderson. Ball low and outside. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner at second off a hit batsman, the leadoff batter. This ball is back to the pitcher. She's going to go to first for that easy out. Runner advances to third. Two outs now. Bree has been solid all season long. All of the pitching staff has. Each of them have had a rough outing here and maybe once or twice. You can't have your best stuff every night. But Coach Gay has done a good job of mixing things up for the other teams. We see each team twice. It's important to, again, to mix things up through the season. You want to give the ladies although with softball is a little different than baseball, it's a little less wear and tear throwing it underhanded, even if throwing it as hard as they are. It's not as much, again, wear and tear on the arm, so they don't get quite as tired physically, maybe mentally. They can throw a lot more pitches in a particular game or over a period of games. And there's a base hit up the middle. Going to be a run scored for the Indians. I believe, I'll have to double check, but the Indians are undefeated in region play. I believe they're 10-0. Raiders are, I believe, 9-1 or 8-1. I don't think we've played quite as many games as Vidalia due to 7-1. I was just corrected. Are the Raiders. Excuse me, 8-1. We'll get it right in a moment. 14-3 overall, 8-1 in region play, and I believe Vidalia is 10-0 in region play. And that one, obviously one loss the Raiders have sustained is from the Indians. They own that tiebreaker. Again, if we can defeat them by a certain amount of runs, and the runs will be the tiebreaker. It's going to be difficult. That's a very solid team. I think we have to, I believe, beat them by 7 runs to gain that advantage. And obviously we would want to win out in region play. And there's another foul ball. Indians played for 2 state championships in a row a couple years back. Lost both. Really should have won that second year. I had some tough breaks, but they were coming against a team of Harlem out of Region 4, who we will face Region 4 in the first round of the playoffs this year. This ball is lifted in the right field, out of play. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs early, top of the first. 6:22 on the clock. Probably about, I'd say 90 degrees. Not too terribly bad out there. This ball is to Aniston. Soaks it up, throws to first for the routine out. We got 2 hits, 1 run, 2 left on base for the Indians. We're going to take a quick break and be back in just a moment. To welcome you back, Raider Nation, and anybody else tuning in on the NFHS Network. I want to thank our subscribers, our faithful ones that are watching. Shoot me a text if you got my number. Let me know you're out there. I'll give you a shout-out. Always love doing that. Here we go in the bottom of the first. Strozier is going to lead off this game. In the past, Aniston has led off most of the games. Ball is lifted into right center. Oh, toasted. It's at least a double for Strozier. She's going to have a stand up, and she is on fire. It's going to bring A.J. up to the plate, who had a home run last night. Stroger hit a home run last night as well in the bottom of the seventh. One of them that helped us come back. And they're going to put Aniston on, respecting her power. But guess who's coming up? Here comes Clement to the plate, and she's as hot as anybody in recent days, Skylar. How about a big 3-run homer here? Make them pay. Offer fists to the shortstop for the routine play for the third out. 4 up, 3 down, I should say, for the Raiders. We left 2 aboard, trailing 1-0 as we head to the top of the second. We're going to take another quick break and be back in just a moment. Top of the second, number 11 for the Indians. Is it number 11? Number 15, I'm sorry. Hair was covering most of it. Taylor McClendon. It's difficult to see. There's like a superimposed V for Vidalia over this lineup sheet, and it's carbon copied, so it's difficult to see. On deck, Smith. Need a 3 up, 3 down here before we get back to the top of the lineup for the Indians. Great changeup and thrown for a strike. It just makes you weak in the knees when you're batting. Not sure exactly what to do with that. Strikes are out. Another strike on Smith. Poole on deck. That was close. Another ball low in the zone. High in the zone. 3 balls. 1 strike. Need a strike here. I'm going to let these ladies in the lower part of the lineup put the bat on the ball. There's a good pitch. Good movement there. Almost like a slider in baseball as the ball just starts in the middle of the plate and moves off to the side. Another good pitch. Rings her up. Comes back and gets her. Erica Poole to the plate. Then back to the top of the lineup with Brady. Ball low Again, just throw strikes. Let defense do the work. Full schedule this week for the Raiders. They defeated Jeff Davis last night, Vidalia tonight. They play Ware County tomorrow, I believe it's Ware. And then Thursday, they have another home game versus Toombs County, another region opponent. Then Friday night football here at Bacon County High School. Good strike on that inside corner as the Telfair County will be coming to town. Ball chopped back to Harper, easy out. 3 up, 3 down. I'm going to stay with it here in between the break. I want to especially mention Mr. David Hand. Again, him coming on board again with us this year to sponsor the Lady Raiders. His daughter Gracie is a pitcher and plays some first base for the Red Raiders, a senior for the Lady Raiders. David represents State Farm Insurance. Now his office is in Waycross, but he is Bacon County homegrown. Again, I want to thank him for helping to support us so we can support you, the subscriber. We thank you so much for being a part of what we try to do. We're not the best at what we do. I know that, but we hope to provide a quality picture and quality sound for those of you that can't make it out, and we encourage you. I always encourage you to come, especially to home events if you can make it. But I know there's different reasons why you can't come, and that's why we're here. We try to go to some away games, or we will definitely be traveling with the Lady Raiders if we have to during the playoffs. It's just more difficult. Some people ask, well, why don't you go to more away games, go to all the away games and that sort of thing like you do football? Well, it's just a whole different ordeal when you go to travel to you're trying to set up for to video and such at a baseball or softball field versus football. You know what to expect year in and year out at these locations. You got a place you can typically get in. You got to typically have a good internet connection. Those sorts of things. There's only 10 maybe plus games depending on playoffs that you have for football. This ball is lifted in the center by Katie, I believe. It's going to be out number 1. It's going to be Gracie Hand, followed by Hope Hobbs. But we will end up doing more softball games than football between home games and playoff games. End up with anywhere from 12 to 15 softball games and maybe 10 plus football games here in the fall. Good eye by Hand. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out here. Early again, bottom of the second. Down 1 run, though. Gotta find a way here. And she was right on it, just a little underneath it. That was that ball straight back. That's what a coach likes to see. It's part of a quality at bat. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Ball is chopped to the shortstop. Oh, great snag by her. She has a unique release when she throws the ball. It's hard for me to describe. Doesn't look like she can get a lot of velocity behind it, but she does fine. She gets it over to first in time for the out. Lady Raiders just have to quit hitting it right to the Lady Indians. Getting some good at-bats. Brings Hobbs to the plate, followed by Andrews. This ball is right off her fist. It's going to be a 3 up, 3 down ending for the Indians. We will take a quick break here on the NFHS Network, powered by Play On Sports. All right, here we go. Top of the third inning. Bree continues to pour it over the plate. She's struck out the side. Nope, I'm sorry, she didn't strike out the side. Struck out 2 out of the 3 batters last inning. And she's going to a little pop out there to Aniston. And that was Brady, the leadoff, who was hit her first at bat. Johnson to the plate. Another strike. This is the shortstop. Mahogany, what an awesome name. Ball is chopped to Anderson again. She'll have a chance to fire it out. What an arm. A lot of speed there from the shortstop. That's one of the reasons that Aniston will be playing Division I softball next year for the Georgia Southern Eagles, unless I haven't been told different. Brings Toffman to the plate, followed by Cook. Chop to the second baseman. Should be the third out. 3 up, 3 down again for the Lady Raiders. I'm going to take just a moment. We're going to stay with you just a moment at least. I want to thank a couple of our title sponsors for the 2019-20 school year. The first I want to mention is Coley Electric and Plumbing Supply. Miss Lisa Coley and her friendly staff. I encourage you to go down for any and all of your electrical, plumbing, or appliance needs. And, yes, they even have a gun shop, folks. If you did not know that, go down there for ammunition. If they don't have a gun in stock, they can order it for you. They typically have most parts and appliances in stock. They have a really, really big showroom with all of those appliances and light fixtures and tubs and fans and all kinds of, anything for your home, for an update or maybe your building. I encourage you to go down and shop local with Coley Electric and Plumbing Supply if possible, because Miss Lisa Coley is really generous when it comes to her community, when it has to do with youth, from not just athletics but clubs and other things that come about that need some help financially and in other ways, maybe just donating some supplies and this and that and the other. So we want to thank Miss Lisa Coley for being a part of BCTV's Red Raider Broadcasting. And she has been one of our faithful contributors for about 6 years now. And we're back to the bottom of the third. Lady Raiders, see if we can get something going here as we are with Riley Anderson, number 5. And I believe Riley is a freshman. Then we're back to the top of the lineup with Strozier, who doubled her first at bat. Another good swing. Coach Gay down the third base line. Can't see him in the camera shot. Ray Stevens down the first base line, ball outside. And that was a called strike 3. Wow. That was a little too far off the plate for my taste. I thought the guy was doing a good job so far. Strozier to the plate. She takes strike on the low outside. Again, she doubled her first at bat. Pretty much straight away in the out. Oh, and she rockets a ball to shortstop, and the shortstop may be injured as the ball hit off her wrist, it looked like. And there's not a great effort by the coaching staff to get out there to check on her. I'm not sure. Here he comes. But she's definitely in some pain there. I hope this young lady is okay. We're going to take a quick break, honor our sponsors during this time. All right, it looks like she's going to be okay, which I figured she would. It was just probably a stinger. The ball hit off her wrist there somewhere, whether it hit her glove first or maybe up on her arm a bit. Base hit by Kamari. So I'm just glad the young lady is okay and able to stay in the game. 1 out, 1 on for Aniston, and it looks like they're going to pitch to her. Now, I don't know if they'll give her anything to hit. Jeff Davis pitched to her last night, and she sent the second pitch over the fence in the second inning. Made it 4-0 last night. Way outside. That was almost the pitch that rung the Andrews girl up earlier. Aniston was, again, a walk her last at bat. She was put on base. And she hammers this one to the third base. What a great play. Got the force out, but just a tremendous play by the third baseman defensively. Able to snag that ball. It was hit really hard. That's a fielder's choice. 2 outs now. We keep hitting the ball hard like that, good things will happen. Brings Skylar to the plate. She flied out her last at bat. A little change up there, and Anderson's going to take second base. No problem. And they're going to walk Clement to get to Zoe Hodges. And maybe Zoe's licking her chops here. Again, opportunity to do some damage with 2 outs. Bottom of the third. Good pitch. Right over the heart of the plate. Coach Gay, as I suspected, and I have talked to people, is really focused on the fundamentals of this game, from hitting to fielding to throwing. Ball inside. A little bit of a breeze out there. Blowing towards center to left center. This ball is chopped to the third baseman. Should be an easy out, and it is. Lady Raiders go down, leaving 2 stranded once again, trailing 1-0 as we head to the top of the fourth. We're going to take a break and be back in a moment. All right, here we go. We're going to put number 5 on base in the top of the fourth. And that's Cook. We're going to pitch to Robinson. Cook had that base hit RBI in the first inning. Lady Raiders have hit the ball hard, just unfortunately right to the Indians. Folks, we are already 6.5 weeks, almost 6.5 weeks into this school year, which is nuts. It's crazy. It's going by as fast as the summer did, which is a good thing. First full week of September. You got Friday Night Lights, you got Lady Raider softball, and you got college football. It couldn't get any better than that. Again, if you're watching from home, shoot me a text if you have it, or a Facebook message. I'll give you a shout out. And there's a walk. Looks like we might get a courtesy runner. That's Collins coming in to run for 5. Really nice crowd. I tell you what I love to see as an educator. I look down and I see a lot of other fellow teachers, definitely administration, in the crowd supporting these student athletes. And I stress student because that's what they are first. I think it goes a long way when these young men and women can see you as an educator outside of the classroom supporting what they do. I think it creates a potential relationship there, a more of a respectful relationship that they understand. They can see that you facilitating something more than just inside the classroom. One ball, two strikes. No outs. Runners at first and second. There's a good pitch, but it's foul. Struck her out. Foul ball caught by the catcher. Great play by Hope. Big first out there now. Potential double play ball will get us out of the inning. Good thing about runners at first and second is you can touch any bag. Great pitch by Bree. Just going after these batters. McClendon struck out her last at bat. Swing and a miss. I'm not sure if it was a rise ball. It was definitely higher in the zone. I think we're fixing to ring her up right here or we'll get a tap out. And it's close to being a little tap out. Good hustle out of the box there from Hope Hobbs. Top of the fourth. Lady Raiders trail 1-0. Swing and a miss. That's going to be strike three. Second strikeout in a row for Bree. It's going to bring Smith up. She struck out her last at bat. Great location on that outside corner. Right back to the pitcher. 3 up. I almost said 3 up, 3 down. That was the last three batters were 3 up, 3 down. 2 stranded. Trail 1-0. But the Lady Rays are excited. Let's see what can happen here as we go to the bottom of the fourth. Strike one to Harper. Harper grounded out her last at bat. I want to thank Mr. Andy Cawthorn Auto Sales. Andy's another homegrown guy that has been selling cars for over 15 years now in Bacon County. US 1 South, right beside Burnett Automotive and Terry's Vinyl Siding. I encourage you, if you're looking to buy a used or even a new car, go by and see Andy first. Real laid back, good guy. Andy's he was a three-sport star, three-sport athlete at Bacon County High School during his time. Supports all things Red Raider. This ball is hammered to left field. Will it stay fair? No. About 10 feet foul over the fence. She really got around on that one. Almost tied this thing up. We don't move the camera much. I don't have a whole lot of room up here to kind of do so. This ball is hammered into center field. See you later. Back of the truck. Right over the L. Or just to the left. And she smoked that ball. 1-1, Lady Raiders. Helping herself on the mound. A lot of power there. A little surprised they threw her something back over the plate after she just janked the one before over the fence, just foul. Big home run there for the Lady Raiders. 1-1. Bottom of the fourth. No outs. It's going to bring Katie Johnson to the plate. She grounded out. Excuse me, she had a fly out. Big cut. The ball on the outside corner. Holding nothing back on that swing. Another ball outside. 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs. No runners on. Katie Johnson at the plate. Gracie Hand on deck and Hobbs in the hole. Ball, dropped in there. Nice little changeup for strike. I thought it was going to be high, but it was a nice pitch. Off speed, 1 ball, 2 strikes for Johnson. She's a sophomore. Ball was outside, but she's got to protect the plate, and that's what she was doing. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That was another good pitch. Good velocity, I've already mentioned, by this young lady on the mound for the Indians. I believe that is Star. I apologize. Yeah, Starr. It's hard to see. Madison is her first name for sure, as it's hard to see on the roster I was given. This ball is hit way left out of play. Had to wait on that one. Ball was inside. May have swung it balls 2 and 3 there. But again, she's trying to protect the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes, making her throw more pitches, and that usually goes to the batter's favor. And there it is, base hit up the middle. What a tremendous at bat for this young lady. Fouling off those pitches, staying alive, and getting that base hit up the middle. Gracie Hand comes to the plate with a chance to do some damage with a runner on with no outs. Hobbs on deck and Riley Andrews in the hole. Gracie pitched a dandy last week in Jeff Davis. While she's up to bat, I want to mention our softball title sponsor, David Hand, her father, with State Farm Insurance. I've mentioned Coley Electric and Andy Cawthon Auto Sales. Let me mention Burt CPAs. This is a brand new. Now, they've been around. They're brand new to BCTV Red Raider Broadcasting. I want to thank them for joining us for the whole school year. All 65, 70-plus events will be broadcasting. Specifically, Mr. Larry Taylor, who runs the local branch in Alma. They have offices in Baxley, Waycross, and Homerville. Big-time accounting, I'm paraphrasing. Big-time accounting for small-town business is their motto. The location in Alma is in the old elementary school building. I went to school there, actually, 2nd grade. And there's a stolen base. By Santana Green, courtesy runner. Right behind the Board of Education. And we're going to have a meeting at the mound here. But go see Burt CPA for all of your accounting needs, whether it's your personal, business, accounting, and tax services. And while I got a moment, let's go ahead and hit another. I want to thank the Wheeler Agency, Mr. Mike Wheeler. Maybe I should say Mike and Karen Wheeler. I talked to Miss Karen the other day, and I think Mr. Mike's got her working a little bit for him. So in a couple different offices there, maybe the one in Baxley. Mike is another homegrown guy. Went off to college to UGA for a few years, came back. Has been providing insurance here locally. I know formerly Cotton State and now Countrywide, or Country Financial, excuse me. I want to thank him for jumping on board with us this year. Mike has been with us throughout the years in special occasions like during playoffs for softball or baseball, but he has signed on for the whole year, and I want to thank him for his support. Good eye on that outside corner. Runner at second, no outs. Tie ball game if you're just joining us. Bree Harper hits a home run to center field to tie it up here in the bottom of the 4th. This ball is going to be popped straight up. Ooh, called by the catcher. She struggled there at last moment, turning her glove. Could have been a disaster for the Indians. But that's the first out. Unfortunately, we're unable to advance the runner. That's going to bring Hope Hobbs to the plate. The catcher, and she does a fine job. And catching's tough anyway, but when you have to do it every day, every other day in 98-degree weather, probably 100, 102 on the field, takes a lot of stamina. 1 out. Hobbs is going to fist this one. Line drive over to the second baseman for the second out. It's going to bring Andrews to the plate. Struck out her last at bat. Ball outside. Oh, and she's going to be safe at first. Runner advances to third. Just a C&I single there by Andrews, digging it out. It's going to take us back to the top of the order with Strozier. And they can't walk her because then you got Aniston with bases loaded. They're going to have to pitch to her here, I would assume. And she's got a hot bat. She's got a double and a single. Now, that single was hit very sharply to the shortstop. Maybe the shortstop could have made a play, but it was hit real sharply off of her glove. Let's see if Strozier can hit it hard one more time for us right here with runner in scoring position. And she takes it a little low in the zone. Didn't like it. Change up. 0-2 quickly on Strozier. Two good pitches back to back. And it's been a pitching duel. A lot of credit, a lot of props to number one. This Lady Indian team. That ball's way outside there. Probably not going to give her much. If she does, it'll be a mistake. Ball is hammered. Oh, what a tremendous play by the third baseman. I mean, just snagged it. Wow, what a play. You just gotta tip your hat to a play like that. It should have been a single, maybe a double down the line. What a highlight for that young lady. Unfortunately, it was against the Lady Raiders. 1-1 as we head to the top of the fifth inning. We're going to take a quick break and be back in a moment. Top of the fifth, tie ball game. I don't know what we're waiting on here. Maybe some lights. It's not quite dark enough, I would think, for the effect. But that's what it was. Some lights in the outfield to left field. All right. Here we go. Bree Harper on the mound, helping herself in the bottom of the fourth inning by smacking a home run to center field. Two balls, one strike. Foul ball evens the count. That'll bring it to full as we are. Oh, we got a new battered. Nope, I'm sorry. That's number 3. What a great play just by Anderson, just firing it across the field. For that first out. Now we're back to the top of the lineup. Pitcher, Brady. High and tight. Foul ball. Tomorrow is September 11th, a day that will live in infamy. I know that phrase is used back for World War II, and I don't want to take anything away from that. Wow, that was close to being fair. At least for the United States, as we remember the attacks on the Twin Towers and in other locations across the United States. September 11, 2001. It's hard to believe it'll be 20 years, not long from now. Three, two, one out. This ball is chopped to Katie. Fires to first, and she's safe. Yeah, she was really fast. Took a big hop. Infield hit there for the young lady. Really nothing Katie could do there. If she had charged it, it would have been a really difficult short hop to try to grab. Just a lot of speed there. This brings the shortstop, Miss Johnson, to the plate. She pops this one deep to left field. Home run, just a towering home run by the shortstop. 2-run home run. Indians regain the lead 3-1. Wow. I wasn't sure if that ball was going to make it out because it was so high. But the wind was blowing that way. I'm looking at the flag. Probably only went out by about 6 or 8 feet. Just come straight down. Coach Gay having a conversation with the senior. And obviously it was an honest conversation by Bree. One of the two made the call for the call of the night. It looks like Gracie Hand's going to come in for the Lady Raiders. And we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back in just a little bit. After the home run, Lady Raiders trail 3-1. We had a pitcher change. Gracie Hand, the senior's coming in. Let's see if we can get out of this inning with any more damage. Top of the 5th. Good pitch on that outside corner. Just what she needed to do is come in and throw strikes. There's a strikeout and the second out of the inning. Brings number 5 to the plate, Cook. And we're going to put her on. I guess we should have put the shortstop on. But hindsight's always 20/20. Not sure how much pop in the bat that she's had all season. Brings number 10, Robinson. Once we get past Robinson, the last 3 or 4 batters have struggled. A lot of strikeouts. This ball has popped up to the infield. Should be called by the shortstop. Makes the play, third out of the inning. It's unfortunate. The Raiders give up a two-run home run and relinquish the tie. It's 3-1 as we head to the bottom of the fifth. Be back in a moment. Bottom of the fifth, we're going to lead off with Aniston Johnson. And we can tie this thing up here with just a couple swings of the bat. So I'm not real concerned until we get down to 2 outs and trail by 2 with nobody on. Just need to make a mistake here. Of course, Aniston can drive it to any part of the field. And she hammers this one. Is it going to be enough? It's up, up, and away off the bottom of the fence. That ball could have been caught by the left fielder. I got a feeling her coach is going to be a little upset for not turning and running to the fence. She just assumed it was a home run, and I thought it was. Just kind of died right there at the end. There's a little breeze. Going to get no courtesy, just throwing in some of her tools. It's going to bring Skylar Clement to the plate, runner at second with no outs. A lot of options here for Coach. And I got one more sponsor I need to audibly talk about, and that's Family Vision Care. Doctors Hutto and McQuaig. That McQuaig is a known name in Bacon County for eye care, as the late Dr. McQuaig took care of my parents and grandparents through the years. Now Dr. Hutto, Blake has come back to town and providing professional optometry care or optometry for Alma and Bacon County. And those of you in the surrounding area, I encourage you to come and check out their facility. It's not really new anymore. They've been there for 2 years, but it's really a fantastic place. State-of-the-art equipment, highly trained professionals. This ball is hit in the center. Oh, didn't carry it to the shortstop. Squeezed for the first out. Got to find a way to maybe get a run here. You don't have to get it all back at once, but maybe we can get Aniston home. Hodges hits it to the second base. It is going to advance the runner. Fielder's choice there. Or sacrifice, I should say. And Bree Harper is back up with a chance to help the team out again. She hit a one-run bomb solo home run. Her last at bat, the ball gets past the catcher, and Aniston's going to score standing up. And there's the run we needed and wanted, 3-2. back out of play. Hobbs, the catcher. She's popped out and hit a line drive right to, I believe it was the third baseman. If we can somehow scratch our way back to the top of the lineup, we're going to get a chance in the seventh to get back to the top of the lineup for sure. With one on, with one out here, 1 ball, 2 strikes. See if we can make it happen. If we can tie this thing up here. Number 1 still on the mound for the Indians. Not sure what they got behind her. Third time through the lineup for the Lady Raiders. Ball outside. Evens the count. Line drive up the middle, base hit. Runner advances. First and second, 1 out. Riley Andrews had a base hit up the middle her last at bat. I think we're going to get a courtesy runner for a catcher, Hobbs, I believe. Maybe not. Again, want to thank Mr. David Hand being a title sponsor for softball season. Lady Raider softball, David Hand, State Farm Insurance. Also, our 2019-20 athletic school year sponsors, Coley Electric and Plumbing Supply, Family Vision Care, Burt CPAs, the Wheeler Agency, and Andy Cawthorn Auto Sales. All right, big at bat for this young lady, freshman. Base hit may tie this thing up. And a bunt, and she lays it down perfect. Oh, he calls a foul ball. How? I'm trying to figure out how it could be foul, because if it would have hit her in play, she'd have been out. The ball can careen off the plate, I think. I know in baseball. That was an interesting call. Couldn't see. But what a great attempt. 1 strike nonetheless. And she pulls back. That's going to be ball 1. These are the types of fundamental things that I know Coach Gay has been working on with all of these batters. She squares back, ball gets by. That's even better. That's better than a bunt. Runners advance, second and third. Go ahead, run at second. Now you got to think she's swinging away here. 2 balls, 1 strike. Just a fly ball to the outfield can tie it up. Oh, and she squares the bunt again. And now we have bases loaded. Little small ball there by Coach Greg Gay. What a perfect bunt. by the 9-hole hitter. Now we're back to the top of the lineup. Nowhere to put Strozier. And she has smoked it 3 times. 1 for a double, 1 for a single, and then she grounded out her last at bat, but hit it hard. We've got a meeting at the mine here. We're going to take a break here and be back in just a moment. Strozier to the plate. A lot of confidence in this young lady. Tremendous athlete. Opportunity here with bases loaded, 1 out. Nowhere to put her, so the pitcher's going to have to give her something to see. Maybe she don't get too excited here. Ball outside. That's probably going to try to entice her to swing at something off the plate, maybe the first 2 pitches. What you don't want here is you got to be careful for that line drive double play. Maybe I didn't just jinx us. Another ball out. Oh, boy. That's a terrible call. I'm just going to call it like it is. It was 2 balls off the plate. Horrible. This point in the game, I mean, come on. This ball is popped up. Let's get out of play. And she's unable to make the play. But when you call a pitch a strike, a ball and a half off the plate, this point in the game, that just changes the whole dynamics of the batter. Now you got them chasing because the pitcher knows she can go just a little bit further outside. It's one thing if you have a consistent strike zone there, but not to change it this late in the game. And she comes back inside, and that's a pop-up. That's exactly what Vidalia wanted. But Aniston comes to the plate. This is what she's been raised to do right here, is to make people pay. She's got to be prepared for something on the inside. You got to think. If she could be really disciplined here, she could draw a walk. I just can't imagine her. She'd have to make a mistake to throw something over the plate. Yep, there's that inside strike. But there'll be a party if she can hit a granny slammy right here. We just need 1 to tie. Just a great softball game either way. Swing and a miss, a big cut by Johnson. You got to know she's wanting to do so much here. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th. 3-2. She's going to list. Could be trouble. Shortstop makes the play, gets out of the inning. Lady Raiders trail 3-2, unable to take advantage. We're going to take a break and be back in just a moment. Top of the 7th, 3-2. Lady Raiders definitely have to shut the door here. Give ourselves a chance in the bottom of the 7th. Gracie remains on the mound. Ball 1. The inside. I hope his strike zone is as liberal as it was last inning, or the bottom half of that inning. Excuse me, top half. I'll get it right in a minute. Bottom half. .755 on the clock. Runner safe at first. A lot of speed there. Just couldn't get it in time. Infield hit. Top of the lineup again. Last time that happened, Mahogany Johnson hit a towering home run 2 innings ago. And she pops this one up. Clement comes over to make the call and the catch for the first out. Really good communication there by the Lady Raiders, because that ball could have been caught by the pitcher, the second baseman. Might have been more of the second baseman's ball, but Clement had a beat on it. She called him off and made the play. Stolen base. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner at second. Got to be careful with the pass ball here. You got to think if we can get an out here, we're going to walk number 5 again. Swing and a miss by 22. That's a big out by Gracie right there. If my calculations are correct, I believe that's the 8th strikeout by Lady Raider pitchers this evening. And there's 5 with an open base, and yes, they're going to put her on. And that's just smart softball there by Coach Gay. You're not going to let the best player or best offensive player beat you. And they would have done the same probably to Aniston earlier if they'd just had a spot to put her. First and second, 2 outs. Again, great softball. Region 2 AA. Ball a little too far inside. Strike on that inside corner. Just stripes it across there. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 outs. 3-2. Top of the 7th. Well, we got one back right there. That might have been a little further off the plate than the one we got called. Now, that was where she caught it. Now, the ball crossed the front corner of the plate, and it was maybe a ball off. I don't like it for either team. But that ball was not in the strike zone. And there's Mr. David Hand coming up to the game. As far as I know, this is just, I'm sure he had something going on. Not able to get here earlier. Our title sponsor for the softball season. Through the regular season and the playoffs. Ball low in the dirt. Loads them up. For number 1, the pitcher has gone the distance. Just need a dribbler or a pop-up. Something easy. Get us out of this jam. A strikeout always works too. This ball has popped up out of play. Rung her up on that outside corner. It ends the inning with bases loaded, just like the half inning before when the Lady Raiders left 3 on. We got a chance, and that's all we want is a chance. We'll be back in just a moment. Clement, Hodges, Harper. 3 folks right there that can get it done. Just looking for some quality at bats. Let's put it in play. Be patient. One still on the mound for the Lady Indians. Trying to go the distance. Ball inside. And I think I've been mixing up the numbers all night. Pitcher 7, third baseman's number 1. Oh, right off the end of the bat. But she's got to swing at that pitch. He's been calling it all the last 2 innings. Hey, goodness. A line drive out there to the pitcher. Brings Hodges to the plate. Just a bit inside. Harper on deck. Katie Johnson in the hole. Another ball inside and low. 2 balls. No strikes. 1 out. Bottom of the 7th. Couple nail biters in a row here for the Lady Raiders as we defeated. Come back and tied it up in the bottom of the 7th last night and won it in the bottom of the 8th against Jeff Davis. And that's going to be inside for strike 1. Ball is hit to the shortstop. She scoops it up, fires to first for the 2nd out of the inning. Bree Harper with Katie on deck. Bree, we're down to our last out. Bree smoked a home run to tie it up 1-1 about 3 innings ago. Seems like it's been forever. She's got a chance to tie it up again. Just a little late there on that swing. Big cut. This ball is hit to right field. Gets down. Raiders still alive. Katie Johnson coming to the plate. Two outs. Bottom of the 7th, runner at first. Courtesy runner. Oh, great pitch. Still got some good velocity as that ball come back over the plate on that inside part. Katie with some – she's got enough pop in her bat that could win this game with one swing. Gracie on deck. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Doodle at second. Stolen base. Ball high in the zone. Inside corner. That's a good pitch. He has been faithful all night right there. I'll give him that. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at second. This ball is hit hard down the left field line, but foul. Another good at bat by Katie. And we saw what happened the last time. She saw this many pitches. She got a base hit up the middle. A lot of room behind the pitcher between the second and shortstop. Second baseman and the shortstop. She pops it up. And the ball game, 3-2. What a game. You tip your hat to Vidalia, playing a great game, as well as the Lady Raiders fighting and scratching and crawling. Good pitching, good hitting. We just couldn't get the timely hit when we needed it. But again, just great softball here in Region 2 AA. These two teams are going to go deep into the playoffs. We do play at home on Thursday. Next region opponent is Metter. They're coming to town, the Metter Tigers. All right, so we'll look forward to seeing you here or watching us online. I want to congratulate the Lady Raiders for just playing a really good game tonight. We just couldn't come up a little short, just a little short. That's only our second region loss of the season. We fought a 13-4 on the regular season, 8-2 in region play. On behalf of myself, Brent Johnson, Johnny Kabigteen, Tate Taylor, I want to thank you again for joining us on the NFHS Network, powered by Play on Sports. Thank you once again to our title sponsors, Coley Electric and Plumbing Supply, Family Vision Care, the Wheeler Agency, Burt CPA, and Andy Cawthon Auto Sales, and especially Mr. David Hand, State Farm Insurance, for being the title sponsor for the softball season. Good night, and God bless.